The basement of La Penta. This is WICR.
Hello, Iona College. Welcome back to a quick Sportsfall update on your Tuesday morning. Now, obviously, last night we had some NFL games. We kind of had a doubleheader, so we got 2 for 2 games, which was nice. The Jets losing to the Bills 38-3, and the Ravens beating the Saints at home 34-27. Now, to be honest, there's not a whole lot to dissect about these games, quite frankly. The Jets just are not a good team. The Bills really handed it to them, and the Ravens had a very nice win against the Saints team that we just see is not the same team right now. That whole NFC South in general is just very, very just bad. It really is. I have no faith in any team in that division. But we're not here the rest of the week because we have Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving, one of the just best holidays we have around. Such a great time just to catch up with family, just being all together. You've got great games. I mean, you've got the Lions and the Bears, the Eagles and the Cowboys, and then the 49ers and the Seahawks. All very important games for the outcome of the season. So being around family, enjoying the day, watching the games together, it's really just a great time. But it's more this show is about Thanksgiving in relation to sports, because Thanksgiving is a time to be thankful for what we have, thankful for the possessions we have, for the people in our lives that we have, for everything that we're thankful for, really. And Thanksgiving, I mean, it's in the name. So it brings the question about sports. What are we thankful for in sports? And my motto always is, I mean, in sports, I'm thankful for the greats. I mean, part of the motto is demand greatness. When you demand greatness, I mean, you're a fan of the greats. LeBron James for me, Andrew Luck for me, Clayton Kershaw for me. All epitomize that greatness. I mean, when you watch them play, they just do things that other people can't do. Andrew Luck, a guy as young as he is, with as talent-ridden of a roster as he has, the things he does at his young age are incredible. LeBron James, I don't really need to say too much about. If you still haven't figured out he's great, then you just don't get it. I mean, the guy is just amazing night in, night out. Even last night we saw 11 assists, over 20 points again. I mean, he's just an incredible player. Every single night he takes the floor, I'm just in awe of watching him, and I can't miss a game he plays. And then Clayton Kershaw, I mean, just epitomizes perfection in baseball right now. I know his postseason troubles, but, you know, in the regular season, the last 4 seasons, there hasn't been anybody who's really captured my attention as much as he has. And I'm thankful for that, because when I watch, you want to see the greats play. I mean, when you're watching that Bills-Jets game yesterday, I mean, come on. That is not greatness. It's nothing to really go out of your way for. I mean, in sports, we all want to be mesmerized. We want to see something interesting. And I'm thankful for that. I'm thankful that I've gotten to see the Peyton Mannings, that I've gotten to see LeBron James in his prime. I mean, I've had a good run of watching so many greats. I've missed some of them, like my Barry Sanders, Michael Jordan. But, you know, you've got the highlights for that stuff. So Thanksgiving, it's a time to be thankful for everything, but you know what, when you're in the sports media like this, I think it's also a time to kind of reflect and be thankful for all the greatness, especially in regards to teams and organizations. I mean, my motto, it sounds a little bit like a sports elitist, but my motto is demand greatness. I mean, there's a reason why a lot of teams, I mean, you'll be happier if your team wins. There's just no other way around it. I mean, so demand great, and it always brings me up, I mean, I always say this, the Chicago Cubs fans are the worst fans in sports. Now, you're probably going to say that doesn't really make a lot of sense. I mean, look at their attendance. They've been bad so they haven't won a World Series in how long, and the fans always show up. And that's precisely why I believe they're the worst fans in sports, because they don't demand anything from their team. The organization knows, even if we continue to stink forever, people are still going to show up. People are still going to hand over their money. People are still going to support the team. Look at the New York Yankees. Attendance for the New York Yankees has been going steadily down the last couple seasons. Why is that? Because the Yankees haven't been very good. They're not interesting. Their roster is just depleted of a lot of big-name talent, and they haven't won. when you win, the fans will come back. But until that time, this attendance is going to steadily begin to go down. I mean, you watch next season for the Yankees, I guarantee you that the attendance is going to be even lower than it's been. I mean, because that roster is not looking very good. The Yankees are going to have a rough stretch. People aren't going to come. That's going to make the Yankees go out there and do whatever it takes to get the fans back in the seats. But the Cubs don't have that problem because fans just keep coming back. It doesn't matter. They haven't won. They're still going to come back. When you demand accountability from your teams, when you demand that greatness from them, they're going to have to be pressured. I mean, look, you got to do what you do. You put pressure on them to go out there, put a winning product on the field, you'll come back. Look at the Lakers. Right now, the Lakers are awful. They've still got fans coming to the games, but attendance is going to go down because they're terrible. Aside from Kobe Bryant carrying every little aspect of that team on his back, they're just not a good team. It's not a good roster. When the team is relevant again, people will come back. It's all about being relevant. You've got the San Antonio Spurs who've done it, sustained that greatness for such a long time, and their fan base, however small, not very vocal, is always there. Always supports them, and you always see that when you're good, people are going to show up. When you're not, people will not, especially in places like LA, New York. When people have options, people aren't going to go if you're not relevant, and that's why it's critical to be good. I mean, Chicago might be a little bit of the outlier because even though the team hasn't been very relevant, people always still show up. But I think part of it is it's the summertime. There's always a lot of time to go to these games and things of that nature. But just a little looking back, demanding greatness, being thankful for all the greats we have in sports. I know for me right now, like I said before, Andrew Luck, LeBron James, Clayton Kershaw, my big three, just epitomizing greatness. And I'm thankful just for having the opportunity to be able to watch them so much because the way it's all spaced out, I've still got many, many years left of watching Andrew Luck grow and really hopefully get that Super Bowl. I mean, he's still so young, still so much time to grow. Clayton Kershaw's a pitcher, but still, I mean, a very young player. Still have a lot of time to watch him grow as well. And LeBron James is probably the oldest out of the bunch, but that's not even by that much. I mean, he's still probably got 5 to 6 years of playing at an extremely high level left in him. So I've still got my time left, but I've enjoyed every moment of it I have too. But what are your favorites? What are you thankful for in sports? I mean, we all have something. If our teams, perhaps our most recent championship, things of that nature. So what are you thankful for in sports? I know what I am, but everyone, we won't be back until next week. The Sports Vault will be back on Monday. College Football Corner will be back. I'm sure I'll be tweeting and putting up a lot of things because these games on Thursday are shaping up to be huge. Right off the top of my head, I think I'm going with the Lions, I'm going with the Cowboys, and I'm going with the Seahawks. Now, all these games still need to do a little bit of thinking about them, but I think right now that is where my head is going. And then you've also got UEFA Champions League games. Now, we're obviously off Wednesday, so I'm finally going to get an opportunity to watch these games live. I mean, I've been living off the highlights because I'm always in class or busy or in school around the time when the games are played. But thankfully, tomorrow, I will be on my couch. I'm just so happy that I'll be able to sit and watch the UEFA Champions League games live. It's going to be a lot of fun. Really, my first experience as a soccer fan watching the UEFA Champions League, and just the whole premise of it is so exciting to me, and I can't wait to see how it kind of evolves over the course of the tournament. But I'm very excited tomorrow. I'll watch my replays tonight of Manchester City and AS Roma, and tomorrow I'll catch the game. So everyone have a wonderful Thanksgiving. We will be back next week. Have all your sports fix while we are gone, but you all enjoy and spend that quality time with your families.
Celebrate the USFL's 25th